Modern data paints a troubling picture of the deep bias within school discipline. Studies show that black students are punished and excluded far more often than their white classmates, even when their offences are the same. A 2022 report from the Commission on Young Lives found that black children are often seen as less innocent and more adult-like than their peers. This perception means they're given less benefit of the doubt by teachers and staff who tend to treat them more harshly. This adultification bias is a major reason why black pupils face higher rates of punishment and exclusion. Anne Longfield, the former Children's Commissioner, has spoken about the harm this causes. She warns that when society sees children as older than they really are, we care for them less, and they miss out on the protections and safeguarding they truly deserve. The statistics surrounding school exclusion are stark and deeply concerning. In recent years, black Caribbean girls in England have faced permanent school exclusion at twice the rate of white British girls. During the 2019-2020 school year, black Caribbean girls were excluded at twice the rate of their white peers, while Gypsy Roman girls faced even higher exclusion rates, over 4 times that of white girls. But this problem goes beyond ethnicity. School exclusion for girls in general have been rising sharply. In the 5 years leading up to the COVID-19 pandemic, the number of girls excluded grew by 66% compared to 27% rise for boys. This shows that schools are increasingly turning to exclusion as a disciplinary tool for girls, with black and minoritized girls being hit the hardest. Recent data makes this picture even clearer. A Freedom of Information release revealed that in 2021 to 2022 school year, the exclusion rate for black Caribbean girls tripled compared to the previous year and still remained about twice the rate of white girls. Mixed race girls, white and black Caribbean, were also excluded at double the rate of their white peers. Campaigners say these disproportionate rates are linked to school policies, including behavioral rules, dress codes, and so-called zero-tolerance measures that unfairly target minoritized girls. Black girls themselves often report being stereotyped as aggressive or troublesome, leading to punishment for minor infractions that teachers might overlook in others. Research from a UK alliance has found that much of this behavior comes from unmet needs, such as unaddressed trauma, mental health struggles, or experiences of abuse. Instead of offering care or counseling, schools often choose punishment, creating a cycle of underprotection and over-discipline. Negative stereotypes rooted in both racism and sexism play a powerful role in these exclusion decisions, according to their Gender Alliance. One of the most notorious recent examples of the adultification of black girls in schools is the case of Child Q. In 2020, Child Q, a 15-year-old black British girl, was removed from an exam at her school in London under suspicion of carrying cannabis. In a shocking breach of protocol, school staff called the police, who then strip-searched her on school premises while she was menstruating, and with no parent or trusted adult present. This was a girl described as a model student, yet she was made to remove her sanitary pad. No drugs were found. A safeguarding review later concluded that racism likely influenced how the authorities responded, noting that teachers and officers would probably not have treated a white girl in the same degrading and humiliating manner. The incident sparked widespread outrage across the country. It is a stark reminder of how black girls are often seen as more adult-like and suspicious, even within the school environment, where they should be protected, not criminalized. Following public protest and student walkouts in support of Child Q, the head teacher of the school resigned. This case lays bare the deep-rooted bias that drives the unjust treatment of black girls in education. Beyond the well-known case of Child Q, there are many lesser-known but equally troubling incidences showing the extreme and unjust treatment that black girls often face in schools. In Hackney, a black teenage girl was accused of smelling like vape smoke. In response, teachers forced her to lift her skirt and expose her bra to 4 staff members, one of whom was male. She was then confined with no access to food, water, or even a phone call before ultimately being expelled. No contraband was found during the search. Although her family successfully challenged the exclusion, she was forced to transfer schools. These cases reveal a disturbing pattern of hyper-surveillance and a lack of empathy from school authorities towards black girls. The treatment goes far beyond what should ever be called appropriate for handling any child. It reflects a deeper problem of dehumanization and excessive discipline, disproportionately targeting black girls for minor infractions and fueling a harmful cycle of unfair treatment. Another area where institutional bias shows itself is in so-called neutral uniform appearance codes, which in reality often discriminate against black girls. One striking example is the case of Ruby Williams, a black schoolgirl in London, who was repeatedly sent home because her neutral afro hair was said to break school policy. The head teacher even told her that her afro was too big and a distraction. The school's written policy stated that afro-style hair must be of reasonable size and length. Ruby's family took legal action, and in 2020 she received an £8,500 settlement for racial discrimination. The school eventually removed the offending policy. Speaking about her experience, Ruby said, "No child with afro hair should suffer like me." She called on schools across the country to reform their dress codes. Hair discrimination is not an isolated case. Across the UK, many black girls and boys have been disciplined or even excluded for wearing natural hairstyles, braids, or headscarves. These policies effectively punish black children for their natural traits and cultural expressions of identity, sending the harmful message that their authentic selves are unacceptable. The Equality and Human Rights Commission has warned schools that such policies are likely to break the Equality Act. Yet it often falls on black girls and their families like Ruby Williams to challenge these unfair rules. The persistence of such cases shows a wider cultural insensitivity within educational institutions. It's important to note that despite these challenges, many black British girls show remarkable academic ambition and resiliency. In fact, black Caribbean girls have often outperformed black Caribbean boys in exams, and black African heritage girls in the UK on average achieve strong school results. However, researchers like Professor Heidi Mirza has shown that this success is often achieved in spite of rather than thanks to the school system. Black girls frequently report having to work harder to prove themselves against low teacher expectations and limited encouragement. A recent study of black girls in care found that professionals often had low expectations and rarely nurtured their talents or academic ambitions. This lack of support, combined with the psychosocial effects of racism in school, can prevent black girls from reaching their full potential. Where supportive interventions exist, such as mentors or culturally responsive counseling, outcomes improve. But these resources are rarely provided consistently. Overall, the education system treatment of black girls, both historically and today, show a pattern of overt and subtle bias. From the 19th century segregation into menial training, to the 1970s misclassification as subnormal, to the 2020s adultification and grooming code prejudice, the details may change, but the underlying message remains the same. The devaluation of black childhood, the devaluation of black girlhood, the tendency to see black girls as problems to discipline rather than children to develop, nurture, and protect remains a troubling constant. But this isn't just about how black girls are treated, it's about the system itself. From over-policing in schools to the lack of cultural responsive interventions in the justice system, black girls are too often left vulnerable to harsh disciplinary actions. They fail to address the real causes of their behavior. Instead of receiving the support they need, they are punished, sometimes for things that aren't even their fault. In the next episode, we take a deeper look at how this criminalization affects black British girls beyond the school walls. We'll hear from experts, share stories, and uncover the systematic forces that are shaping their lives. Until then, let's keep challenging the status quo and pushing for a society where every child, no matter their race or gender, can grow, learn, and thrive without fear of being unfairly targeted. Thank you for watching, and join me next time as we continue to unravel the complex layers of this issue.